music play, 'cause life is still a mystery. City lights, keeps me up through the night. We'll leave it all. Wide awake, I hear you call. It's easy if you let it go. We take a stand in the middle of the night. So take my hand, you will never be afraid. Yeah, run away, you and me to the sea. We gotta let the music play, 'cause life is still a mystery. Hello everyone and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight
we are playing Exceptionals, a game made by an acquaintance of the channel, Sahoni Stuff, on Twitter. But before we get playing, just want to go over some quick channel stuff. First, we have merch. You can get it through the link in the chat, or you can go over to Twitter, find Nerds with Dice there, and you can find a link in the bio. And we are also sponsored by Grinding Coffee Company. They are a black and LGBTQ plus owned coffee company dedicated to the gaming community. You can get 10% off by using the code Nerds with Dice or using the link that is in the chat. And tonight we are playing in support of the Trans Rights in Texas bundle, and you can. Nope, hold on. When I learn how to type, you can get the bundle in the link that is in the chat as well. Now I'll pass it off to Kevin.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Exceptionals. I haven't thought of a name for this team or title for the stream.
I just kind of went with all exceptional because it's what you named the group chat.
Yes, perfect. I at one point today I had a punny thing. I forgot to write it down, and now it's gone. So, welcome everybody. My name is Kevin. I will be your game boss for the evening. We're playing Exceptionals, which is a superhero system that uses 2d10s to make decisions and a character creation based on question prompts to help flesh out what your character can do that I found very interesting. Yeah, so I'm super happy to be playing this game. Sahoni, who created it, is a very cool person and a good follow on Twitter. If you follow their stuff, that you will see like a lot of stuff you might not see elsewhere. So,
That is true.
yeah. So let's just dive right in. You're in the basement of a gaming store right now. It's your local hangout, and the name is in a window that I moved to the other side of my screen for some reason. There we go. And the name of the place is the Sly Rook. It's a popular store and a Geno hangout. Geno short for Geno Divergent, those people with mutant powers. It's on the edge of Reno, kind of a bit away from the casinos, and kind of close to an area of housing which isn't like it's not high end housing. It's more developed recently, put in low income housing areas. It is a and the Geno community often being denied housing opportunities elsewhere. They kind of seem to be ending up a lot of places here. Like they seem to be a bit of redlining might be happening, pushing those with genodivergent talents into areas that are less, expensive or optimal. The thing is, this has created a genodivergent community in the area that is somewhat strong, and that with that came a bit of building and new opportunities, and people have had, and the area has gotten nicer and nicer over the last, let's say, decade, as more businesses come in to serve specialty communities and start making profit. Others start to look at that profit and think how they can get it. The Sly Rook is a game store that's been here for quite a while. Always behind the counter is uh, an old guy with a comb over, the brown ring of hair with a comb over. He's heavy set. He does not have a beard. Uh, he always has a cigar, but it is never lit. He kind of like chews on it, and he is the nicest guy uh, that everyone calls Donnie.
He's just the nicest guy.
His store is open to all. and has a good selection of games, gaming tables. There's people playing a Magic the Gathering tournament in the back. And this is your headquarters. But you are all downstairs hanging out at the moment. The camera zooms through the game store down to a door that says employees only, and it follows downstairs into a door that seems strangely key carded or key coded and well locked. There is a sign down here that says "No, really, employees only." The camera goes through this door, and inside is the lounge area. Who's in the lounge area at the moment?
I would be down there practicing some of my magic acts.
All right, we see Mia. What does Mia look like?
Mia, she pretty much looks like a normal, like your normal young adult, but she's very flashy. Like her attire is very simple and sleek, but her makeup and stuff is definitely like she just got off stage or is just getting ready to go on stage for a real big act. She wears lots of glitter on her face, but her hands are always there's no nail polish or anything on them, just in case somebody wants to be like, oh, you stuck something up your sleeve or something. Nope, nothing there. And she's just kind of propped up, like sitting up nice, like working with some handkerchiefs, just trying to do some sleight of hand magic, and not really showing it to anybody, just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, she seems to just be doing it somewhat instinctually as she watches whatever's on TV.
Yeah.
Who else would be there with Maxine or with Mia?
I would be. I'll be hanging out, relaxing.
Yes, this is
Just
roulette.
watching the TV, chilling a little.
What do you look like?
Roulette's a young woman in about mid-20s. She has long, dark hair, shocking blue eyes, a little curvy. She's working on it, but she's happy with her curves. She always wears nice, fancy clothes. She has like a nice white blouse on and a nice black skirt and a nice pair of very high heels.
None of this looks off the rack. No, like all of this looks very expensive.
Yes.
But not a lot of jewelry, right?
No.
Gotcha. We then zoom around to a office where there is just monitor after monitor on the wall. Sitting in the monitor like a goblin is Optic. What does Optic look like?
Optic's got really short brown hair. They fair skin. When they stand, when they stand at all, they're just like, like 5'5". Really not thin, really not fat, just got a body. Right now there's so many monitors and such, and there's images of the store, there's images of other things, files seems to be decrypted, but right in the middle, because Optic is wrapped in a blanket right now, but in the middle they are watching Revolutionary Girl Utena again. Because
it just loops on that monitor.
Yeah, that is what you do.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like having friends in the background.
On one of the monitors, we see the roof, and a sensor beeps that says rooftop hatch open. And standing up on the roof is Harpy, who lands. What does Harpy look like? You're muted.
Oh.
Figured I'd tell you before you started talking.
Thank you. Harpy has a very visible genodivergence in she has large wings growing out of her back. She also has feathers over a good covering a good portion of her body. Very bird-like or owl-like eyes. Otherwise, she's kind of a slight build, and about like 5'5", 5'6" in height.
All right. As you come down, you drop directly, bypassing the game store, you drop directly through the specially made hatch into your private quarters. And upstairs, there's an ambulance, drives up super fast with its lights blaring. Wee, 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 whoosh, comes in. It actually turns off the lights as it gets into the parking lot and pulls up in front of the game store. Out of the front of it runs a young wolfman, or a wolf person, who comes around to the back, opens and then opens the side passenger door where another person steps out. The wolf person is dressed as a medic and is bringing the other person, who looks to be a little scared and frightened, into the store. And we see on the monitor as they come in, Don gives a wave to the medic and looks at him a little quizzically. He says something, or they say something to Don, and Don nods and just points in the direction. They come down the stairs.
Well, Optic already sees this, lets everyone know incoming, and they've already like unlocked everything because they know who they are. So
Yeah.
they can actually just sort of like walk on in without like Optic having to move.
I start like, I take my handkerchiefs and I'm just like, oh, and I just start like hiding them and stuff. So it's like, maybe I have a new audience, someone who appreciates me this time.
Hey, I've
Not you.
appreciated you.
I understand you are one of my best audience members here, as I like look into one of the cameras, like, here, my best audience members.
As the door opens, your wolf medic friend comes through. It's your well-known pal Sahoni, who says, "Hey, everybody. This person, I found them. They've been they're in a little trouble, and they were told to come looking for you."
Well, I mean, a lot of people come asking for me, but like, what are you needing specifically? And I'll go ahead and get up and kind of like saunter over. What's the matter, child? They're probably taller than me, but that's okay.
The person you talk to is presents femme and is let's say 5'10", so they are tall.
Yeah.
And goes, "I was told to look to find the harpy."
Oh, I'm sure they're around. Come take a seat. Well, we'll see where they are. And I'll go over to Optic's office.
I passed him a bowl of Cheetos. Want a snack?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay. More for
And
me.
you already know I was coming. I just opened the door.
This woman looks a little. She's pale skinned. She has black hair that's kind of shaved on one side and flopped over. She has glasses on, and she goes, I've been having some weird things happen to me lately, and someone sent me here."
Well, why don't we wait till Harpy gets here? We can get into it. Are you okay, though, physically?
I'm fine now. We had a run-in with some jackasses. Somebody's like, "Yeah, some thugs were tailing them, but they spotted them, and I heard the call and got there before any of the locals came up and acted like cops. Yeah, thanks for that. So he says, "You're welcome." But yeah, they mentioned you, and I figured I'd bring them here.
Who are you and who are they?
Are you in the office still, or did you come
Yeah, you
out?
probably hear me. I probably have like.
Oh, you got the like speaker
I
over
probably
the
have like something on the coffee table where I'm just like speaking, so I can just because I'm.
So
listening.
I like start walking up to you and I go to knock on the door. I'm like, yeah, she doesn't need that. I go to open the door. I'm like, of course you're hearing everything.
She goes, "What is this, Charlie's Angels?"
Give it time. You'll fall in love with us. And I'll open the door. You got eyes? Got eyes? They're wanting.
I know.
Got eyes?
What is your name?
Oh, my name's Lissa, and I'm a researcher over at Caltech. Well, if my job's still there.
Optic is immediately scanning everything that they possibly can in order to find out who this person is,
All right.
who is possibly there, who's just
So you being the internet creature you are. I'm gonna need a roll for this.
Okay.
So
Creature of the web.
the DC isn't super high as this person is not actively hiding. But I want you to roll it's not a contested roll, but I forget what they call them specifically. But you get to apply your tags. So you're rolling for information. There's the book. So you get +2 for the first tag you bring in, then +1 for each additional tag.
Hey. I would like to use Driven by Finding Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I would like to use Aim for the Unexpected.
So it's 3.
And
Pull up your sheets.
yeah.
See if your weakness applies.
Got my dice. Thank goodness I got more.
While they're rolling, did they have a like name tag or badge or something on them?
No, they didn't have anything saying who they were.
Yeah, Driven by
On them.
Secrets.
Or like a lanyard that was tucked in?
No.
Darn.
Yeah.
Yeah, aiming for the unexpected, and I don't know what I'm finding yet.
Stop chewing on things.
Well, you're investigating, so
Yeah, so maybe good at finding deleted secrets. Maybe
yeah. You're not looking for deleted secrets
These
right
secrets. Yeah, so I really think Driven by
Okay, so
Finding
+3.
Secrets.
now. So roll your 2d10 and add them up, and then add 3 more.
15.
All right, 15. You get a good amount of info. Lissa Conover is a researcher at Caltech that was like 5th on a paper regarding some kind of physics stuff, some physics experiments, some deep, information kind of informational physics papers that are mostly theoretical. But they are also a number. You find their Facebook, you find their Twitter, you find their their Instagram. They're a college student at Caltech. Everything looks pretty normal. They do show some minor genodivergent light powers, but you don't see much about them. But it's not like they're trying to hide it. It's just that it's not like the most impressive thing. And they are pretty active online, or at least they were until a couple of days ago. And then you start seeing articles about how an apartment building burnt down. and a quick scan of the article shows that the apartment building burned down and no one was injured, but one tenant lost their pet tarantula.
Oh, shame.
You also see that there are a couple of, not that long ago, there were a number of pictures of them at a conference, a big science a big conference where their lead researcher was giving a paper, but it was a multi not spectrum, not denominational, multidisciplinary conference of scientists in the area. That's like, it was a cutting edge science competition or cutting edge science symposium. And there are pictures of them out at a bar with a couple of other people afterwards, including one that comes up with the name. Sorry, my brain just totally fell apart on names, like it sometimes does. Magnus Morris. And Magnus Morris recently died in a hiking accident. And Harpy, you make your way into the room?
Yeah.
All right. You make your way in, and there's no recognition when you enter the room. Like, they don't know what you look like. Like, she wasn't told to look for you, like, had your name, but nothing else. And she goes, so a couple of days ago, a guy I'd met and spent a little time with at a thing, like, I met him twice. Once at the symposium, and we hung out once afterwards, but like, haven't talked to him in like a month.
And now Optic is just gonna come out with a pad and go, yeah, Magnus, right?
Yeah, how did you know?
Died hiking.
Yeah, he did not hike. Like,
I
the man
remember
was
that
allergic
story.
to everything.
I walk out with a deck of cards now instead of the right. It's like, yeah, me neither. Not really into that physical fitness stuff much, you know.
Yeah, it's just everything I knew about. Like, we didn't know each other super well, but like, dude had like every allergy under the sun, had like an inhaler that he would hit like once an hour. I think he told me he was working on a project, and his bosses were pushing him to go move into a physical stage of development too fast for him, and he didn't want to do it. And he got a little weird, and then we didn't talk for a while, and then yeah, then he disappeared. I mean, he was killed, and after someone sent me a letter with the article in it and the message saying I should look for the harpy.
So
I have the
so-
letter.
So
on me.
So he died before your apartment burned down.
Yeah, my
Is
apartment
that your
burnt down.
tarantula?
No, I don't. Spiders are weird. I don't like them. But
Alright.
it was my landlord's. Yeah. My previous landlords had birds, which I thought this was an improvement, but I don't know. It's but yeah, like
They're
so-
quieter.
I mean, that would
Yeah.
explain why they had that in the news article, was because it was, the apparently, townhouse mascot or something.
well, it's I've never had to worry about finding a bird crawling in my shower or anything. I never found the tarantula anywhere. It's just, you get it in your head and then sorry.
Do you know who his bosses were?
He had mentioned a couple of things. He was
Optic is
working-
now looking into Magnus.
You find surprisingly little upfront. Magnus was a researcher at Valencia, which is a science corporation dealing with the newest and latest in all kinds of physical things. Valencia comes up with a whole bunch of well curated PR when you Google it. And they show there's like a number of people working there to help. Like, one of their biggest things is government contracts and working with containment systems, including helping those whose Geno abilities are more than they can handle, and that kind of thing. They, yeah. And she says, but the guys who came after me were like, I don't know, they were just like a look like nondescript military type guys. And I like, they look like people trying to be inconspicuous, not really doing it well. Like,
Do you have something of Magnus's that he might have left behind
I mean,
that these people might be trying to get?
the only thing he gave me was a thumb drive with this old weird TV show on it that he said was really good, but I watched like 5 minutes of it and I was bored.
Wait, which old
What show?
TV show?
Me.
It's called Sandbaggers.
Give me the drive.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Okay.
there's more than there's more in the TV. There's not. There's more
Okay.
than the TV show.
If anybody can figure it out, it's our
Optic-
buddy over there, and I just kind of do like a leap over the back of the couch, and I no longer have cards in my hand. I have dice, and I'm just kind of juggling them while I'm just like laying there on the couch.
And Optic is just going to go back into their cave. Them drive. There's more than this TV show.
Oh,
Can't wait to find it.
Oh. I also have a letter.
They do that. It's yes, letter.
The letter that got sent, and you see it's a handwritten letter in a kind of expressive cursive that says, let me pull
I'm
it
holding
up.
the letter now. Interesting.
Let's see. The weapon says, "You're in danger. Read this article. Go find Harpy." And the letter is signed with an M, a dash, a capital V, a dash, and a lowercase m.
Interesting. And I go like this.
I'll put it in chat so people can see it.
Harpy. When she said I have a letter, I snap it, I read it, and I'm like, interesting. And I go like this, and it's in your hands now.
And
And I have my dice again.
Mia.
You're welcome.
I mean,
I
could've
mean,
just
it's
handed
for
it to
you
them.
ish. Yeah, but that's not cool. You have to admit, that was cool.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how you did it.
Magician never tells their secrets.
Is there anything
get
that I
used
can
to her.
tell about the letter? Like, is it on like a special letterhead or?
It is on what seems to be a legal pad style paper, like a yellow legal pad paper. Do you have any kind of super senses?
Let me pull up my character sheet here. The closest thing I have to super senses is
I don't know if you have enhanced vision or anything.
I have eyes of an owl, but I don't think that gives me a specific.
Yeah, but it means you have excellent sight
Yeah.
that might notice things people don't.
Yeah.
So you see it's all handwritten in a very steady, very confident hand. Big loopy letters. Not that many words on it, but you kind of get a feeling as you touch it that there might be something like another. Actually, you would see this with your owl eyes. There is a special kind of ink written kind of invisibility or kind of invisibly on it.
Does anybody here know anything about invisible inks? Or should I give this
I mean,
to Optic?
Oh, I mean, it's UV light often exposes them, right? And I can do that.
Oh,
Or
Lissa says.
fire. fire is so much cooler. But I mean, you can go with UV lights if you want.
Let's go with what we have readily available and
Oh, I have fire.
won't
I'm-
potentially destroy the letter.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
And she puts her hand near it, and her hand glows in a spectrum of radiation that is almost visible. It seems kind of purplish, but the ink suddenly reflects on it. She goes, "I didn't think to try this." And a message comes out written on the back that says, "Hero instincts, space, comma, space. Only proceed total idiotic consequences."
Yep, sounds like our group. All right, let's go.
Speak for yourself, Mia.
I'll put that in chat just so everyone can see it. Every letter of the first word is capitalized. This again is written in the same handwriting.
Hey, Optic, we got a decoder.
Yes, it seems like a weird message to put to make hide. Perhaps there is a code there.
Someone likes you, Optic.
Optic was like, oh,
Not me.
I have to come out and do more.
There
Oh,
you go.
fine. Oh, fine. Give me the paper. I'll scan it and puts it.
If you went back into the other room, it's just in your hands now.
take-
I think
fine.
if you don't have to think too hard, it says hi, Optic.
Optic,
It's so
as
they
you
will-
as you
they
look
scan
at
it.
this, you scan it in, and it doesn't take you that long before realizing you've seen handwriting like this before.
Oh.
It's been a while, but you had a cousin that would write you letters from camp when you were young. But you hadn't thought of or spoken to that cousin in years.
Fuck.
Oh, that sounds great. What'd you
Fuck.
find?
This can't be my cousin. No, cousin. No. Can't. It. Oh, fuck. It probably is.
Okay, I gotta see this. I'll roll out of the couch and go into your office. You sound distraught, and I like this. I'm just.
My cousin wrote like this. I haven't thought of.
Oh, I
thought
feel
of
bad
them
for
in a
your
while.
cousin. I mean, their handwriting's pretty, but I mean, being related to you must be difficult as all get out.
Yeah. Yeah. Same probably goes for you too.
Oh, only child. Sad day.
What do I remember about this cousin? Then I
Um,
go.
Didn't remember them super well. She was not like, as you were on the periphery of your family, she's kind of like on the periphery of it as well. You do know that they were often considered a black sheep, and is everyone in your family genodivergent, or many of them, or is it uncommon in your family?
It's not common.
Gotcha. They were also genodivergent, but you remember hearing about how they were always messy, but you don't remember hearing specifically about any specific abilities or anything like that.
Okay.
And the cousin's name was I need a last name for them. It is Tara Dewey.
They Tara. Tara. That's her name. Tara.
Ooh, that's a great stage name. She ever thought about being in the magic act? Or literally any act?
No. Why?
They could totally pull it off with a name like Tara. Just saying. Just saying. I need a new assistant. You know
So-
this.
My house did burn down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should get if you need like
But Magnus Magnus told me he worked at Valencia, and told me his boss was starting to get real kind of like mean with him, and that I'm trying to remember, because when we hung out at his place, there was yeah, he said something about researching his bosses, which I thought was weird, because who does that? You do that before you get the job. But I don't.
Did he ever tell you who specifically his boss was?
I think it was Garib Whitley.
uh,
Um,
so Optic's going to get out their fidget spinner and try to start making connections between this Valencia and Magnus and Garib and Cousin.
you're not gonna find a connection to your cousin here.
Okay.
You quickly go through and don't hit anything on that. But information finding is your stock in trade. So go ahead and roll. Give me another roll. And I'm gonna give you a -2 here for some. Yeah. So take a -2 here. With a
So driven by
DC.
finding,
Actually, I'll just up the DC to 17.
So driven by finding secrets.
Yep.
Aim for the unexpected. I'm needing my fidget spinner to focus.
I love this.
So that's a +4.
+4.
Yeah. So I'll put the DC at 15. This
Did
is a
you
little
say
tougher to
Garib
find.
with Wheatley's?
Garib
Oh.
Whitley.
So 14.
14 is not a huge. You almost fail. Let me pull up the book again, because I have it. There is, in this game, there is degrees of success. And I forgot what page that's on. Dice rules. There it is. All right. This is not an extended roll. I mean, okay. So you miss it by 1, and you get rough information, but it all feels very planned. You were trying to come at it sideways, but it also looks like Garib Whitley's Instagram and Facebook page and LinkedIn are all well curated, to say nothing. There are pictures of him at galas. There are pictures of him in fancy places. There's a lot of pictures of him. Apparently, Garib Whitley is in the Reno area. There's one at a couple of him at a fundraiser for homelessness. Some at a fundraiser for many different causes. Like, there's one of him at the what is it? There's the Genos Speaks, or Geno Speaks, I believe it is titled, which is Mutants Speak is the name of the group. Though it is well known, like, among the Geno community, it's not super well regarded, as it is often comes from the viewpoint of people who aren't genodivergent themselves, but claims to speak for them.
Gross.
So,
Kind of organization.
So Optic comes back out again with their tablet and starting to put stuff on the screen. And it's like, this Garib guy is like really curated and stuff, but starts to put up the fancy pictures. And it's like, Roulette, that seems like your environment.
What's up?
Look, all these fancy shindigs.
Yeah, no, come here. She's got it on her screen.
No,
Okay. Sure. I'll come look.
I'll head back out so
Um,
they're not. So it's just
Does anything look familiar to me?
Do you have any skills for knowing people? Or would you like
Um,
to how about you roll to have some connections?
okay. Let's see. And I'll drop in family connections just
Okay.
in case. And
just in case. Good just in case.
lives with high society.
That'll give you a +3.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and roll. Your DC here is going to be a 10.
Ooh. That is a 17.
Okay, you've succeeded by 7, which is huge. So you get a good amount of information. The people that this person's hanging out with does seem to be a very specific group of people. They're real estate people mostly. They're there's a couple of people who are clearly on the they would call themselves humanists.
Ugh.
Yeah. There are plenty of nice things that they say, which really mean that they are kind of not. They have a million ways to say that they are against the genodivergent without actually speaking the words.
Yeah. I know the
you-
jerks.
Yeah, but you also find that there's a number of connections to one of the local casinos. In that there's a social, like a lot of these people spend time at a social club at the Golden Lancers
Okay.
casino.
Hey. Yeah, I've seen some of them around when I've been at the casino. I don't know much more about them other than the fact they have lots of money and they have some clout.
Um, over time, you gather a little more information, and you see that there's also like a number of different real estate brokerage firms that they're tied to. Between the social connections and the
Ugh.
internet searching that Optic is doing, you basically find that there is going to be a fundraiser tonight, and it's very likely that they will be there if they follow the trend.
Okay, I make sure everyone hears all that. So
And also,
think we-
Optic, I'm going to say you can find their residence and office very easily.
yeah, I can't imagine a whole lot of good is going to come from a bunch of humanists with a bunch of money who buy lots of real estate, like buying up community areas that we live in and making them so we can't afford to live in them. That would probably be something this kind of people would do.
Okay, well, Optic, can you send me some addresses? Morris's former apartment, maybe some of these places that he's buying up. I want to check them out for myself.
Eyes kind of go boom, boom, boom. Yeah, on your phone.
Yep. The information jumps with very little action from
Yeah.
Optic, as they use their infokinesis powers.
Such a fun character to play. I love this kind of character.
Unless someone's going to follow, I'll be back soon.
I mean, I can go if you need me to, but
Do you
this seems to be your
want
area.
back up?
I don't think so.
All right.
Okay, just make sure you keep in touch.
Yeah, I will.
So Sahoni's pager starts going off. They go, "Oh, another emergency. I'll catch y'all soon. Be safe. I don't
Yeah.
want to have to pick you up tonight.
Thank
Not a
you.
taxi service."
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Uh,
And they make their way with their tail behind them.
Harpy
Out.
is gonna follow them out because they plan on flying off to check out some of these places.
Gotcha. All right, we're gonna follow that lead real quick because you will get some information. So let's just do this as one big roll for a couple of different things.
Okay.
You scope out the business and the house. They seem not overly fortified, but the house is basically a small mansion with a gate. The office that you fly up, you breeze through the night air and the darkness. You fly almost silently, speeding through the winds, and you get pictures of these places as you go, I assume,
Yes.
showing us your photojournalism skills.
Yes.
As you swoop around, you see that none of these places are entirely empty. The house does have like some low-level security. The office definitely has security at it. The house seems mostly dark, but there are still a couple of people around. The office does seem pretty abandoned except for security at this time of night. Even the roof here is like hard to land on and well guarded.
Okay.
Like by well guarded, I mean you can spot security cameras and whatnot. And so go ahead and roll to see how useful you can make that information in the future. So
So, I have my specialty as an investigator is rooting out corruption.
okay,
Uh,
you can definitely apply that.
and I have specialty camera lenses.
Okay. So the +3.
That is 14.
All right, 14's you hit it by a decent amount. You're gonna succeed by 3. So, in this game, it's the editor and the players are what they call the GM and the players. The editor and the writers, sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you decide the style of it, but you get basically the layouts to the house and the office, that they are decently secured, but you can find but not impregnable. Like the security exists, but it is not top level security. And if you attempt to go either of these places, you will get there is a +2 on the board for you for whatever conditions you can apply it to. So you figure out the security patterns in both places. You do see that there is but just by looking at windows in the office, you can see that there is a room without windows connected to the main office. And since you have like you've got owl vision, so you can see that there is like a area in that room that looks like it should have a door, but it does not have a door. There is some secret room in that office. And you can report back.
And I will do that. I will fly back to the.
It's been let's say it's been at least a half hour, if not a little more, probably like 45 minutes to an hour. And Lissa is there with some someone got her some tea. And yeah.
I'm sitting on the couch with her and I'm like, okay, I know it's a little scary right now, but don't worry about it, okay? Just think of us like, I don't know, like a deck of cards. There's 4 of us in this group, right?
Mhm.
So together, no matter what happens, We could get separated. We could get taken somewhere, who knows? Some of us just hide in plain sight, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, no matter what happens, all 4 aces will always find our way back. You got that? We will all be here together, end of the
Cute-
night,
Cute
no
trick.
matter what happens.
Nice.
Got that?
So you call yourself aces?
Well, I mean, I would be an ace. I mean, the rest of us are they're still learning. They don't know the magic like I do, but they are all part of the act. It's okay. Don't worry. It's okay.
Stop making aces stick. Just stop.
Look, that's a good one. That's a good trick. I don't care what you say. That's a good trick.
Yeah, it was a good trick.
Oh, there's more where that came from too. I'll just tell you that right now.
Okay.
Way more where that comes from.
So you have a couple of leads you could follow.
Oh, it'll keep going.
Yeah, I know. You've got you could follow up with more with Magnus's place. You could follow up with going to either of the places you just scouted out. The fundraiser exists. Or you could question people at the casino. What kind of tact do you want to take to investigate what's going on with this person?
You want to infiltrate the fundraiser?
Ooh.
Hey, Optic would be like, do they have entertainment yet? And I could definitely get you a ticket roulette.
Sounds fun.
I figured as much.
Yeah, we should probably split our efforts. I don't blend well.
No.
Do they have entertainment?
Yeah, there's any fundraiser like this is going to have at least something. The
But,
Golden
do they
Lance.
need more entertainment.
The Golden Lance kind of styles itself like the Excalibur Casino, where they do like night jousting stuff. And so they kind of have that theme going on a little bit, but not nearly as much, so that they can't be sued. The fundraiser tonight is themed with medieval knights.
Interesting.
Ugh, that is not a fashion look for me, but I can make it work, I guess.
Is
And
there
do
any way I can get Mia as part of the entertainment?
I mean, the entertainment has already been booked. Like, you don't find. I'm trying to think what you could do here, but really the way to get them there as entertainment is probably just to let her talk her way through.
I'm real good at that.
Like you could probably create a cover that she was already like an invoice from them, but I don't
They
know.
are
I'm trying
the
to think
cover
like,
band.
oh,
Yeah.
so here's what we can do. You can give me a roll to basically fish the director of the event into having them added to the list. If you want to do some social engineering hacking.
Me or Mia?
Yeah.
It could kind of be a cooperative thing, because we can do this like a scene, where it'll be Mia going in person and talking while Optic ticks away at the
Hey.
keyboard.
Optic, would you be able to, if I happen to get you the guest list, would you be able to quickly procure a new one with my name upon it, which I could then give back to them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing that for roulette.
That's what I thought you could. See, look, you're good at stuff.
You
I
want
know
to
that.
be
I
a
know.
guest and not entertainment.
Well, no, I mean you can put me on as entertainment, obviously, but it was just the general idea of if I got you a list, could you put me on it?
I have the list.
Wait, did she already get the list, or
Go ahead and make a roll.
You had to ask that?
no?
You
No,
have
no,
the
no, me
list,
as a
but how
player, I
useful is
thought-
it? Yes.
I thought we were
Yeah.
playing that scene out where I got like, okay, if you already have the list, ignore all that happening.
I mean, I'm working on getting roulette in. I thought maybe you would want to do entertainment because
Definitely.
you love being loud. So
Center of attention,
loud.
my best place to be.
But if
Gee,
you want to
Optic,
be a
you
guest,
trying to get her out of the room?
maybe.
So go ahead and make that roll to And let's see. Optic, do your normal hacking roll, but we're gonna add some cooperation here from Roulette and Mia. So you
Mhm.
get a plus. You'll get a +2 for each of them.
Okay. Oh, that
And
would be a 12.
is that with the +2 from them?
Oh, that'd be a 14.
Okay. +2 from each of them. I mean,
Oh, that would
so
be a
total of
16.
+4. Okay, so a 16 is better. The DC here wasn't super high, so you got a +4. So you succeeded. Mia is there in person. Optic, do you have a van that you hang out in times like this? Or
Yeah.
do you? Yeah, you've got a mobile Wi-Fi connected truck.
Yeah.
Your
All right.
mobile office.
And Zelda is standing in line. Mia goes around to the performer's entrance. Quickly gets someone's phone, teleports it over to Optic, who then changes a bunch of settings on it and a bunch of things, enables backdoor access. And now everyone's phone updates
It's back.
as Roulette gets to the front of the line. And Mia goes on through the employee entrance.
That's what
Zelda, how are you approaching this gala? What are you looking for? Something specific? Are you? You
I'm
see a number of people. Some you
trying to
know
look.
a little bit, but not well. I think you might have just frozen.
I try to avoid the people I know.
Okay, good.
Am I up? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll avoid the people I know a little, and
Mhm.
I'll try to look for some of the high muckety muck people that were trying their faces.
Gotcha. All right. You make your way through this party, and there's distracting things. You see Mia come in and be distracting to a whole bunch of people, including other performers. There is another magician there who is dressed as a wizard and is just staring daggers at Mia. There's a big open area with a big open, like here the roof is open because it's Vegas. They don't really worry about rain much, or no, it's Nevada, so they don't
Yeah.
worry about rain in Reno. And it's like an open amphitheater. With actually it has a glass dome over it because they want to keep everything air conditioned.
Okay.
I suddenly realized because it's Nevada.
Yeah.
So Harpy, if you
Yeah.
want to be scoping out the party from above, you're there. You could do Overwatch if you'd like. To give you options.
I
But
did him in Overwatch.
Roulette, as you make your way around, you see that there's a couple of any Vegas casino fundraiser is going to have table games of all kinds, including craps,
course.
blackjack, and you happen to see Garrett Whitley with a young woman who is definitely not his wife at one of the blackjack tables.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna just stand back a little
Mm-hmm.
and kind of make sure that she doesn't have a very good winning streak right now. She is getting some pretty lousy cards.
Who is
The young woman who's playing
the young lady?
blackjack.
Yes.
Yep.
Was playing blackjack with him and clearly flirting and giggling with him. It's hard to hear what they're saying, but they are being obnoxious. So go ahead and roll your powers here.
Okay.
So,
It's messing with others' luck.
mhm.
And can I use twist my that's trying to be a little advantageous to me?
Yeah, if you sit down as well, you can.
I'm not actually playing yet. I'm just trying to have her need to leave because she's not doing well or out of money, get more chips.
Gotcha. So go ahead and make that roll.
Okay, so that's only a +2.
Unless you have other tags you want to bring in.
Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Gotcha.
So that is a 11.
A total of 11.
Yeah.
All right. The DC for this was 10. Her hands are good. She's getting an 18 pretty much 4 hands in a row. But the dealer keeps getting 19s. She keeps
Rough.
putting like, I've got it this time. There's no way they're going to get another 19 for a third 19 in a row. And then dealer puts down a now I have to do math. A 5, another 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2 for a total of 19.
Oh, that's so rough.
Oh, no, it would be a total of, it would be, the 2 and 3 would have been mixed because the dealer would have to keep going anyway. But exactly 19, just one above for the third hand in a row. And the girl goes, "This is stupid. Why do you like this game?" He goes, "Oh, don't be that way." She goes, "I'm going to play something else." And she looks over at roulette and gives you the eye and be like, and makes her way past.
I just roll my eyes and I'll sit down at the seat she just evacuated.
New player. Okay. The cards continue to be dealt. He nods to you and says, "So, have you long been... I don't even remember what this charity is for. Have you been in charitable causes very long?"
Oh, yeah, my family is, they got money, so,
It's a
make the
good thing to
presence
have.
known because they don't feel like going.
Well, I've always found it's better to be the one with the money than not.
Of course it is. Who wants to be poor?
Well,
How's,
some people
how's the
just
luck been
decide.
going? I see the seat was pretty cold.
Well, I would describe that woman as cold occasionally, yes.
Oh, well, maybe I can warm this seat up a little.
Oh, please do. He's an older, tall gentleman with gray hair that's clearly hair plugs. In a way that's very expensive hair plugs, but still, like, that is hair plugs. And he is wearing a lot of nice, very nice jewelry, including a couple of rings that seem to be like, one seems to be a college class ring. One seems to be a wedding ring, a wedding band. Yeah.
So what brings you out tonight besides the charity?
Oh, I like to make my presence known. I have business dealings with a few people in the area. I'm a VP of investigative research at a firm you may have heard of, Valencia.
I've heard of them.
Yes, only the cutting edge of science,
Maybe, have you been? Oh, I've seen you somewhere, so.
Well, I'm not everywhere, but maybe a magazine cover of researchers. You probably saw me in a lab coat. I take those pictures so that the board knows that I know science.
Do you know?
I pay people to teach me everything I need to know about science. Useful people. I found if you surround yourself with
Yes.
useful people, you can accomplish quite a bit. Though there's always someone who will find you useful as well.
Yeah, as long as you know that's the case, they're also useful.
A good way to think of it. Well, I really must find my accompaniment for the evening. While she still finds me useful.
Do you have to?
Yes,
Well,
I
maybe
do.
maybe out of your research, maybe we could talk, and I could see some arms in the with my family for some funding, possibly some
Interesting.
grant money.
Yes. Here, and he pulls out a card, and writes his number on the back of it. The card is Garib Whitley, VP of Innovation Research at Valencia. There's a office line, and he crosses out the office line and writes his number on the back. He goes, "Well,
Oh,
work calls." You
I
kind of get the
understand.
Yeah,
My
you kind
work
of got the
calls
vibe at first
too.
they were flirting, but now it seems like that woman has more control over him than was indicated before.
Mm. Okay.
All right. Working the magic circle.
Yeah.
You're able to scope out a large number of things at this party. There is security at this party. There is undercover security at this party as well. There are many people here who are armed without mentioning it.
Mhm.
Is there any specific goal you're trying to accomplish here?
I would like to learn the how do I put it? The backstage, like where the entrances and exits, like VIP entrances, because normally you can see where they enter, and then there's like a bunch of like passages and stuff, and they just pop out places. I want to know where they pop out.
Right.
I want to know.
Let's say that doesn't really require a roll because that's easy enough for you to do as you have a badge for a performer that
Yeah.
Optic obtained for you.
Yeah, and I would also like to. I want to know the big wigs in here, like who holds the power specifically in this area, as well as the like the guards and stuff. Kind of make a few friends.
Gotcha.
Basically, making friends at this point.
Do you have any social tags? Any?
Sure, I do. Social. I have 6. Let me see. I am in my element in a large. What is this?
You're performing, so that you're always
yeah.
you're performing.
It says I
Gotcha.
perform best in chaos and
Okay.
like large crowds and stuff.
Gotcha. So you can get
So-
a +2 to this roll. It's not a very hard roll because you're not asking for a whole ton.
No. I rolled a 2 and a 0, so
That's a 12 because the 0 is a 10.
yes.
Plus another 2
Plus-
is 14, and the DC was 10, so you get a good result.
Nice.
You can tell that the people in charge of this aren't the ones who at first appear to be in charge of this.
Mhm.
There's the organizer running around, and then there is another layer of security here that isn't talking to you, that isn't paying you much attention. Whereas normal security at a casino is pretty thick. You notice there are certain people with security on them, including the young woman that was sitting next to Garib Whitley.
Okay.
You quickly find out her name was Che Griffith, and everyone refers to her as Miss Griffith.
All right. And at some point in my investigations, when I find that there is another layer,
Mhm.
I would like to very similar to the way that I was talking about, like switching out or like getting a thing. I want to get the communication signal for the radios of the second group. So like if I'm like juggling or something, like vamp off their transponder
All right, so
or whatnot.
basically, yeah.
to
So
her
you're
and back.
going to try to teleport like someone puts down their radio.
Yeah,
So go ahead and make a roll for that.
yeah, because I want to get that to Optic so they can get the signal
they
they
can get
need.
in that as well.
Yeah. Let's see, what roles can I use for this?
Yeah. What tags would you like to apply?
Distracting illusion
Okay.
would be a big one.
That's 2.
Fueled by chaos because the area that I'm around.
That's 3.
Um,
I'm not going to apply your weakness here. Your weakness is that your teleportation signature always leaves behind the smell and pop of champagne.
you can't really hear that or anything here.
But that is something that is already here,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it compensates for your weakness.
I mean, who doesn't love champagne? So I think those 2 are good. I mean, I could, no, that would be if they got caught, but okay. At a 3 and an 8.
All right, so it's 11 plus 3 is a 14 again. You get the how do you do this? How do you distract them and then before teleporting the radio receiver over to Optic's van?
I think I would do. I think I would do a magic trick where I point more to their watch, which is on that side, so that they can so that they flick out their code enough that I can see it and get a good visual on it.
Mhm.
And then when I'm playing, like showing them their watch is when they don't have it on them.
Gotcha.
And then I'll snap it back to where its spot is, or it is back on their hip or whatnot. So they're paying way more attention to their watch that they're hoping that I'm not stealing.
All right.
When the thing I am is
You
already.
succeed in doing this. There is a sudden pop and sound of champagne where there is no champagne currently, but it goes unnoticed. Optic, this is something that happens occasionally.
Just get random things on your
You've
desk.
just gotten a random piece of technology teleported into your van, and you probably have 2 minutes.
Got it. On it.
So, what would you like to do?
I want to basically copy it so I can have my own.
You're gonna clone
Signal.
it and
Yeah, clone it.
So go ahead and make a roll using any tags you think are appropriate.
Let's see. Probably this would be. Share information by messages and tag, or because I'm finding the messages in tag, driven by finding secrets.
Yeah, are you using your powers?
Yeah, I am using my powers.
Okay, so tag in your powers.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so yeah, you can share information by message and tech.
Yeah.
And I will give you're overwhelmed because you are surrounded by. You're in a van, but it is surrounded by Reno, which is full of lights and noise and sound.
Always loud, always loud. Okay, so I rolled a 14.
And then you get a couple of bonuses and the negative. That's going to succeed. You get access to the information channels that there is a second group of highly organized security here. And it quickly links back to the kind of security that Lisa mentioned being confronted by earlier. The security does seem to be centered around Miss Griffith.
Okay.
Harpy, you're up at so that's
Yeah, so once I do that, I want to, of course, the tech goes back, and then I want to tell Harpy about all this as well, and if
Mhm.
I can, and of course, copy the message to her as well.
Gotcha.
Of course, I'm sharing.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you tap into their live line, and the security that is above and beyond is focused entirely on keeping Miss Griffith safe. She has her own team because she is dealing with some employees who have had trouble that needed a personal touch from her.
And of course, I'm trying to find out who she is too.
You're finding literally nothing. In a way that seems like someone like you has done some things.
Oh,
Well, you got somebody playing your own game.
no one keeps secrets from me.
It starts annoying you to the point where you're like, I keep looking for this person and they're not even in photos. There are photos deleted, but they're not even stored on those like, you would have to hack Instagram itself, and even if you did, you wouldn't find like that specific thing because it's been that scrubbed. You spot that there is opposition technology wise equal to your talents centered around Miss Griffin. Harpy, you're up top, you're watching people move around. Unless you choose to do something else or go somewhere else, you have every option in the world. You could literally crash this fundraiser if you wanted to break in and cause a huge scene, but it doesn't seem like your style.
Every now and then you have a glass of champagne just in your hand. I can't let you miss out on this party.
Here's now like 5 glasses of champagne sitting on the roof.
Yeah. No one will miss them. It's fine.
So, Harpy, what are you doing up there?
I want to be just. I want to be looking for anything sketchy, like, you know, is somebody doing a secret deal in the parking lot while other
Gotcha.
people are at something like that.
Sketchy other than me and Roulette inside there doing what we do.
There's definitely that. Actually, while Roulette is talking to Garib Whitley, Miss Griffin comes outside with one of her security team to talk to someone. And a van pulls up. The van opens up, and someone comes out of the back of the van and starts talking to her. Do you want to eavesdrop? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to eavesdrop. I also want to get pictures of all of them.
Gotcha. You see, so go ahead and give me a roll for this. 2d10 and any tags you think you can bring in.
I don't. This is for the eavesdropping, right?
Eavesdropping and photos. It's the whole
Okay.
whole scene. This one roll will cover this whole scene of info gathering.
All right. The only thing I can think of is, because I'm flying above everything, is that my skydive might come in handy
Absolutely.
to get down there quietly.
You can tag in your investigative journalist powers too.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's +3 then.
Yep. Your difficulty's gonna be a 12.
And I rolled a 12.
Okay. Because it's a 12 because she's a bit distracted and pissed off. Because she spent more money than she intended. She comes outside and she's talking to someone who gets out of a van. She's like, well, go plant it now. They'll find it in the morning if you plant it now. It doesn't matter. We can... Listen, we could just bribe the inspectors, but this will make for a bigger story and a bigger kerfuffle. And it's what we need to do. And the one guy in the van kind of nods and says, the containment unit is working. We figured out how to vent it, but We don't know if it'll be safe. And she's like, I don't care if it's safe for you. Get it done. Do not fail me. If you fail me, there will be a price to pay. And there is fear in this guy's eyes as she says that. Says, yes, Miss Griffin. We'll see to it. The whole block? She goes, do I have to? Yes, the whole block. The park, the school, the church, all of it. Do it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And the guy gets in the van and starts driving off towards a different part of the town.
I want to send the pictures over to Optic, and then I'm going to follow.
Gotcha. As you take a moment as the van starts, you know you can catch up to it because you will fly instead of take streets. You hear her go, God, if this fails, Talon will be all over me. And she turns around and walks inside. Security starts looking around as she goes back inside and shuts the door behind her.
I'll make sure he can't see me. And
Gotcha. So go roll for a stealthy following of a car.
okay, so for this, I have that I am a master tracker on my sheet, so that definitely works for me. I don't think any of the others apply other than, well, feathered wings would apply, I'd assume, since I'm
It
flying.
absolutely
after them.
does, because you're flying and you have feathered wings.
And
I was gonna say fly like an eagle, but you're an owl, so there's that.
that is a 12 again.
All right. That's enough to follow it to the general neighborhood, but not to beat it there. As you see where it's going, it's basically the Geno area of town. There's like a massive golf course, and that runs right up against some of the housing. And you see a block with a school, a church, a playground, and a couple of apartment buildings on it. The van pulls up, and you see 3 people get out of the back of the van. 2 of them are just wearing kind of generic-looking clothes, and the third one is wearing what looks to be some kind of very heavy coat. Give me one more roll. This will be a little tougher using your vision.
Okay.
Because your vision might be hard to fool.
Uh, 7.
Okay. It's not enough to get past it. You're not spotted, but you see them start to walk around. And it looks like the third guy in the heavy coat is very uncomfortable and nervous. And as he moves around, something behind him in his wake starts to take effect in the land. We see a flower wilt about 10 seconds after the third person is walked by. It does look like those 2 people are preventing the third person from leaving a little bit.
I think I'm gonna send. Oh, I want to send Optic my location, like a ping on my phone, so that
Easy enough to geotag. Optic,
Yeah.
I believe, I'm going to say Optic has that information
Okay.
all the time. But you specifically send a ping saying, hey, I'm about to do something.
Right, and then I'm going to fly up, and then I'm going to I'm gonna attack the two guys, keeping that seem to be keeping this other person here.
All right. So you fly up and swoop in, coming down out of the sky, and engage with one of the
Yes.
tough dudes. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a cutscene here because you'll see in a sec. As one of them starts to reach for a gun, you crash into him, and the guy in a coat kind of like shoves the other one to the ground and starts running. And as they start running, you see occasionally their hands look like oven mitts coming out of what look to be normal hands as they run, as though the hologram that they are wearing is not keeping up with them.
Oh.
Ah,
Interesting.
okay.
And their legs seem to be encased in some kind of thick suit. And they run past a sprinkler, which, or they run past, I don't know, a fire hydrant that suddenly explodes, knocking out their hologram. And you see what appears to be someone who looks like they're in a nuclear containment suit. And inside, their face is glowing a bright nuclear orange. And they look at you with fear. And that's where we're gonna cut to our break.
That's a good place to go to break.
Oh.
All right. We'll be back in 5-10
5-10
minutes, and
We'll try to keep it short.
we will see you then.
City lights, keeps me up through the night. We'll leave it all, leave it all. Wide awake, I hear you call. It's easy if you let it go. We take a stand in the middle of the night. So take my hand, you will never be afraid. Yeah, run away, you and me to the sea. We gotta let the music play, 'cause life is still a mystery. It's easy if you scene. We gotta let the music play, 'cause life is still a mystery. City lights, keeps me up through the night. We'll leave it all. Wide awake, I hear you call. It's easy if you let it go. We take a stand in the middle of the night. So take my hand, you will never be afraid. Yeah, run away, you and me to the sea. We gotta let the music play, 'cause life is still a mystery.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
All right. So our group of exceptional exceptional genodivergent powered people who are trying to fight the good fight are currently split between a small group or 3 people that were attempting to do something around a neighborhood and invading a casino fundraiser. So back at the casino fundraiser, things are going along just fine. No one seems out of place. No one seems. Security is still very high. It is very high around Miss Griffith, but at some point, Griffith does meet back up with Garrett Whitley, and she seems to be telling him things or news that makes him happy. Yes. So, what the people at the casino still? What are you attempting to do? Optic is still in the van. Mia is performing on.
I've got some juggling balls, and they just keep adding balls somehow. Just keep adding or subtracting. Like, I'm not grabbing them; they're just there. It's pretty cool. And they like turn to handkerchiefs and then bowling pin, like just a bunch of different things they just keep changing into.
I'm trying to tail Garrett and Mrs. Griffith without being caught.
All right. Give me a roll for that.
Okay, I'm gonna use my staying out of trouble and lives with high society because I like know where to be and where not to be.
Yep.
And
+3. Here's a sheet.
And twist my luck just to be a little lucky.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So yes, you give me that roll. The DC is going to be a 14 to not be seen because she has good security.
And I am +4.
Yes.
Ooh, that's 16.
All right, you succeed. You're not seen specifically. You can get pretty close to them to overhear what they're talking about. He seems insistent that this is the correct way to do it, that his plan is genius, and that without her he couldn't have made it happen. And she's like, your plan is in place, and if it doesn't work, it's on you. And if it is on you, I will let you take the fall for it.
She doesn't seem very nice.
She is not.
She is not nice.
So you get close enough to hear that, and he seems to be very happy now. He goes over to a group of investors and starts talking about a new investment opportunity that he's going to be taking on, and how he's going to need co-investors and how they can get on the ground floor now.
Okay, if I catch him alone, I want to approach him again.
Okay, you can make that. You did mention your family had money, so he will make his way around to you eventually.
Okay.
And he eventually does. He goes, well, it's a pleasure to see you again.
I do. It is.
Yes. I have an absolutely... You said your family was involved in the economies. Locally or in another town?
Mostly Vegas, but they extend out to all areas.
Oh, okay.
They own a casino or two, and...
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't be interested in a real estate investment opportunity in this area. It would just be small beans for them. I mean, barely something someone could make their name on.
Well, money's money, isn't it? If you're diversified enough, then you don't have to worry about if one doesn't produce as well as you thought.
Very true. Very true. And besides, it might be too high risk of an investment for you, but
Oh, well, I'm just the info broker. I let the numbers people and the much smarter people in that area handle those numbers.
oh
But
well.
I can pass the information along. You seem like you're having a very good night.
I am.
Anything really interesting? And I'm going to try to use my hypnotic voice to make him spill the beans.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so I have the listen to me tag, the spill the beans tag, and
You got a couple others you could.
yeah, can I go with stunningly beautiful?
Yeah, absolutely,
Ooh,
Okay, and
a
let's
great
make a
tag.
deal.
absolutely.
my
So
tag.
that's
I'm
plus 4 or 5?
+5.
5, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's a 12.
All right. That's enough to get him to say some things, but not everything you want. And he says, "Well, I have a property that the nearby properties are going to suddenly find themselves in trouble and need to be quickly sold, potentially at a loss to the people currently holding them. And it won't be too long before we're able to recover that and fix the problem that suddenly occurred there."
Wow, that
Yes.
sounds
You know, sometimes they
overly
find,
complicated.
well, it's not overly complicated if you just get it done quickly and you don't mind waiting about 3 months. Real estate investment is not a quick business, but it is quite
No.
profitable.
Yes, it is. It bought me a lot of my wardrobe.
A fine wardrobe it is.
Thank you.
So from this, you get that his plan is to do something to an area, buy up that area, and then fix the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can meet up some other time.
Well, you do have my number. Let your people contact my people, and I can see what kind of business will shake out.
I think that will definitely happen.
Now, if you
You
excuse me,
have a
sir.
wonderful night.
Yes. All right.
I would
Okay,
like
and I'm going to quickly send Optic the number if she already hasn't and be like, you heard all that, right?
On it.
Okay. Have you heard back from Harpy?
I want to know if Harpy has pinged for backup.
Well, not
Oh.
yet.
Not yet.
But one last thing at the what's Mia doing? More magic?
I would like to have positioned myself on the main stage now as like main actor, and I want to be able to get a view of the place, and if I need to pull Miss Griffin up as an assistant, I want to start establishing myself as as the magician there.
Yeah, you start doing this, and the actual magician that was actually hired in the
They're
wizard
now my
robes
assistant for right
is no,
Cool.
just would not come up on stage with you. When you took the stage, got so mad, but will not isn't going to cause a scene here because that would look bad for them.
now. It would look very bad for you.
But you've started to attract enough of a crowd that it does look like you're becoming the
It
main
was
performer
supposed to
on
be
the
me,
stage.
obviously, this whole time.
All right, back at the housing
for him.
complex. Harpy crashes, crammers
Clambers?
into a one of the two military style dudes, and go ahead and make that attack. So he's going to do an opposed roll, but he's going to take negatives because he didn't see it coming because you are stealthy as hell.
Yes, and I have attack from above.
Yes. And this is an opposed roll, which I've been reading up on because I knew it was coming.
I rolled a 9.
All right. And you have at least +2. What else can you add to it? Because he has a 14. Modifiers. Do effects plus bonds of character. Powers helping.
Oh, I could add Apex Predator.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Bring you to 10. Or yeah.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, I think it just means you get a minor failure. As you attack in, the guy rolls with your blow. You knock him over, and he goes for his gun, and he doesn't manage to pull it out yet. But it does allow the jacket-wearing person to start running, and then you see that their illusion thing fades, and you can see that they are in some kind of nuclear suit, which does seem to have vents on the side where a little bit of orange energy is leaking.
Assuming I have some sort of panic button to call for backup, I would, as soon as I see that they're glowing with some sort of radiation, I'd hit that button.
Gotcha. It will be a couple minutes before they get here,
Yep.
unless something dramatic happens. Yeah. So the other military person's gonna make a grab at you to try to pin you down. How would you like to defend against that?
For defense, I have Iron Feather Shield and I mean Apex Predator would probably work for this as well.
Yeah. All right. So you're gonna get your wings in the way of this attempted grab. It's
Yeah.
gonna try to grab you.
And
Is a 10 from me. What'd you get?
I rolled a 6.
All right. I think you're gonna take 2 stress here, 2 physical stress, as you are your wings are physically pinned. Your arms are still free, but this person does manage to grab hold of your wings and kind of like lock them to your back, but you're still in a standing fight with them. The panic button comes through for the rest of you. How do you respond?
I will go to try to collect Mia.
Yeah. I get the van. Like I know how to get I drive.
Yeah.
And I know how far I need to be to where Mia's gonna pop in.
Yeah, I need to know where I'm going if I'm gonna pop in.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't start moving the van until
No.
Mia pops in then. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, if I know what the van is, can I go to the van wherever the van is?
You got to know where
yeah.
the van is. You can't just
Yeah,
target the van.
Okay, so
You do know where it
Optic-
currently is.
yeah, optics. Optic is just like signal. You know where
Have
the
I-
van is. I'm turned it on, and then like get.
So if the van goes where they're supposed to be, I can go there, right?
You know where it already is. It's parked.
Yeah, you can teleport to the van.
Mhm.
I know.
Can you bring me
But-
with you?
My thought is, the show must go on. I just got up here, and I really don't want to leave right now. This is my niche spot. So my thought is, if I can figure out a way to pinpoint where Harpy is, come in, throw some cards, zoom back out, and for my next trick, I'll be disappearing out of this thing, and I disappear and throw some more things and come back into the.
That's
So
going to
I'm-
be hard to do. That's because
Going
it's
back and
quite a
forth.
distance. It's like more than a mile.
Oh, okay. Ugh,
I mean,
that
you
would be
could
so
take
cool.
the show with you,
Oh, that would be cool.
but that's very difficult.
It would push it. It would push it. Ugh. So do you just see me on stage? Like I'm smiling stuff and we all get the thing and I just go, yes.
You could save that for later after everyone else starts doing other things.
Yeah.
But is Roulette making her way towards the van?
Yes. If-
Go yet. Just
I'm gonna try to get there as quick as I can.
It's not that hard to leave this party. There's a number of exits.
Yeah.
You are in very nice heels, but you take them off and run for the van. And is Mia gonna stay on stage? Keep an eye on the party while the rest of the group does something else?
I am going to do a disappearing act to go to the van quickly so I can get an idea of what's going, like why this beeper went off. So you just, okay, what the hell was that? I am literally in the middle of like the best thing ever right now. Thank you. And that's me, by the way. I'm the best thing ever, in case you're wondering. So what the hell is going on?
Harpy
Nothing's
is
wrong.
in trouble. She has discovered what's going on and is trying to stop the evil plan while it's happening.
But like,
Yeah.
Look, okay, if you want to pop in there, you know what? Pop in there and make sure Griffin and the, her and all of them
yeah,
don't
can do
act
that.
up. Yes,
that I can do. Do
Yes,
you
go-
want them to stay or do you want them to leave? What do you want them-
stay.
Want them
need
to
to
stay?
think- They need to think everything. They need to think their plan is working while we go fuck it up.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that. Like if you need me,
I'll let you
I-
know and I'll give you the coordinates.
yeah, that would be helpful. So, show must
Bye.
go on. Thank you. And as I
And
bow,
you poof back out.
yeah.
All right, the two of you get in the two of you start driving towards the scene where Harpy is currently wrestling with or being wrestled by one guy and another guy who is on the ground but pulling out a gun.
I'm gonna
Harpy.
try to make it miraculously that we don't hit any lights.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
optics on that too.
That's
We
amazing.
can work together.
All right.
Yes.
So you will get an extra +2 from Optic. So go ahead as Roulette and
Nobody likes red lights, especially in the city.
Okay.
Likes a red light.
And I'll go with staying out of trouble and luck works to protect me.
Okay. It's +3. Your DC for this will be a 12.
Okay.
So you have a +5
And I got
total.
+5. Yep. I want that one. Okay, so that is a 15.
All right. So you make it in record time. It's pretty much a straight shot for you. A number of there is a power line that just falls on a on-ramp that prevents a whole bunch of traffic from getting off on that on-ramp, causing a huge traffic jam, but keeping the side roads that you're using clear.
Awesome.
And you get there pretty quick, but not before Harpy has to go like another instant with these two trained fighters. Harpy, one of them isn't going to shoot at you while you're being wrestled with by the other person, but this by their, they're not going to shoot towards their comrade.
Right.
So that person goes and starts running towards the nuclear man, we'll call him, with his gun drawn. People have started to notice it is dark out. There's a couple of street lights, but it's not super well lit. But people see a fight going on, and they're gonna not be there.
Okay. Right. So I think what I want to do is I want to take the guy that's trying to wrestle me. I want to fly up and chase after his friend and throw him at the other guy.
All right, he does have your wings, so this will be a little harder.
Yep, that's fair.
And he's gonna try to keep your wings, so this will be an opposed roll again.
Yep. So
Trained fighter. Yeah, it's total of +4 for him.
So Apex Predator, feathered wings, attack from above,
Absolutely.
and then I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Well, you roll 2 dice, so your total isn't a 1. What's the other die? Oh,
That's
1 and a
10.
0.
It's a 10.
That's a
It's a
10.
10.
10?
That's a 10.
Yeah.
So you rolled an 11 plus a couple. Plus what?
Those
4?
plus 4.
4.
Yeah, so a 15,
Yeah.
which is way better than the 8
Okay.
that I rolled total. So describe to me how this looks super cool. Like, yeah.
So I think it starts with her unfurling her wings so that like he has a harder time grasping it, and then grabbing him and pulling him over, but like not waiting until she has a complete grasp on him, just so that he's off balance, and then launches herself into the air and just lets go of him so that like he has nothing to really hold on to or no balance, and just flies into his friend.
Gravity does its work.
Yay, gravity.
And both of these guys take some stress. Not enough to put them down, but they both take 2 stress. 2 physical stress. All right. They hit the pavement hard. The one drops his gun. The other has not pulled it out of its holster yet. But the nuclear person is still just like seems to be running off in a direction. Looks over at the golf course area where there's a big like solid fence surrounding it with like barbed wire at top and thick green slats on it, and puts a hand out, and the orange energy starts to burn away at the outside of the fence and starts to create a hole. It looks like this person's going to try to run into the golf course. All right. It's not that long before the van pulls up. There is a hole freshly carved into the golf course area. The van gets there just in time to see the nuclear man get into the golf course, and the 2 guys are standing up at this point after being knocked on
Optic,
the
can you
ground.
handle them?
Can I just run the van into them?
Excuse me, sir.
You can try.
Ooh.
This will be an opposed roll.
Uh-huh.
They will get bonuses.
Okay.
I mean,
Um,
that's the straight and blunt way to do it, and I appreciate this.
Because with the
Fun.
strategist, I decide the targets, and you don't know I'm coming for you.
Okay, you can definitely apply both of those.
It's 2. That won't work. Yeah, I think those are the 2 I can.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, and I can also maneuver in a fight. Like even if the lights are off, I can. So
Yeah.
I can turn off the lights of the car,
Gotcha.
and I can still see. So
All
I
right.
don't know if that'll work too,
Yeah, sure.
because I shut off the
Sounds
light.
good.
Oh, so that's what 5? That's
Yeah.
So that's 10.
All right, that's not enough, as they got a 15.
Okay.
As the 2 of them hear it coming, it is not a silent. It's not electric. They you need one with the motor, because sometimes you spend a lot of time stationary running a number of computers, so an electric vehicle would probably not be the best for you. But they hear it coming, and they both dive out of the way in different directions. You end up hitting a pole, but your car is stopped, but not disabled or anything. Your car could still operate. Roulette, what did you want to do?
I'm gonna get off my seatbelt. Thankfully, that I was wearing, and then I'm gonna start running after the runner.
Okay.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
When you start running after them, I just yell, "Radiation!"
Okay, thanks.
You can see what look to be somewhat burning footprints running through
Okay.
on this finely manicured golf course. And you run out and you see in the middle of the golf course, there's no one around. There's no one here at this time of night, and you just see the person in the giant oven suit, the giant marshmallow man looking nuclear suit. Just like radiating, but it's hard to get their expression.
Okay. I'm just like, hold up, we can help you.
You can almost hear them talking, but it's like this suit was not built for them to be able to talk.
Oh, poor person.
I understand. How close do I get before I start actually feeling something?
You feel weird. It's weird. There's weirdness here. But you're not. You can feel that there is a large amount of heat as well starting to come.
Yeah.
The heat is what makes you stop.
Okay.
And they're just like putting their hand up, telling you to.
Yeah, I get it. Can you stop it? Maybe with some help. Focus. You can stop it.
They can clearly
I'm
hear
gonna-
you.
I'm going to try to use the listen to me tag
Mm-hmm.
and hope stunningly beautiful works. I don't know how they feel on that. And charming
Well, the
flirt.
thing is, stunningly beautiful is. It doesn't matter if they'd be attracted to you. Everyone goes, "That's some beauty."
It's like,
Yeah.
I can appreciate
that. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So that would give me 4.
Okay. Go ahead and make the roll. Your DC here is going to be a 15.
Okay. Ooh. I said 4. Ooh, I got a 16.
All right. It's just enough to succeed. You start talking to them and you see the glow start to fade. You start saying things in a calming way. You say the same thing again and again, like a mantra, a little bit like, you can do this, you can control this, I know you've got this. And you see the orange glow start to reduce. The vents in the suit are no longer fully open. They seem to be like, there seems to be less pressure on them. And at some point, the nuclear man does like put the oven mitts over the vents and just stand there and kind of sits down and rocks back and forth a little. Meanwhile, back outside, Harpy, you're about to get shot at. One of the goons pulls a gun. Is gonna aim for you.
Iron feather shield is my best protection for that.
Yeah.
And maybe insulated feathers. I do have like a thick
Okay.
amount of feathers. 11 plus 3, 14.
They got a 12. So, they miss with their shots, but now they have fired guns that are very loud. Gunshots ring out, and people are calling for help now.
I want to rush forward and grab him. And I want to try to like slam him into the ground or something.
Gotcha.
Knock the gun out of his hand, kind of thing.
All right. So go ahead and roll with some modifiers.
Apex Predator for sure.
Mhm.
Feathered wings to like give myself some oomph when I
Gotcha.
fly at him.
Flyby attack.
Yeah. So 16.
That beats his 6 by 10.
Nice.
Wow.
This is considered a critical hit or critical success. How do you disarm this person and take them out?
Slam him into the ground, just knocking the wind out of him and they drop the gun just
Yeah.
from the force of it.
You come into them so quickly, it knocks them into the ground. They bounce a little bit, and you bounce as well and land after flipping in the air, landing on your feet in front of the other goon.
And then like wings spread out, so I look really big and intimidating. I'm like, who is Talon?
Back at the party.
And for my next trick.
It does seem like that Griffin gets looks briefly down at a phone, puts it in a trash can, and starts to leave.
I'm going to take my hat, or I'm going to go like this and pull a hat out, throw the hat up, and as it comes, like it's coming down, just birds fly out and I am gone and I am right in front of her. I will need an assistant for this next trick. Would you be so kind, lovely lady, to join me? Would everyone love to see this lovely lady join me on stage today? And I put my hand out.
A security guy steps directly in front of you.
Now, this is not how you show a crowd a good time. It will only take but a moment, my dear. What could be more important?
I'm sorry, miss. I'm not interested in a good time. Please get out of my way.
Well, if that's how you'll have it, I'll snap my hand in the hat like it would be to come out and roll down and snap it down. And I'm going to be an awful person and stretch myself a little bit to pull, like when I pull out of the hat, it's going to be just a large piece of fabric I'm going to put over both of us and make both of us disappear.
You're going to attempt to do this. This will be a contested roll.
Yes.
So go ahead and add the tools you think are correct.
Okay. So I am adding distracting illusion. Fueled by chaos. Exit stage left.
Okay.
Teleport with flare would work here.
All right.
I'm stretching myself, so I'm going with all this. What is this? Let's see. Everybody out, possibly, because I'm stretching it I'm not stretching it to the fullest.
Gotcha.
But I'm stretching it to...
All right. You will take a -2, because where are you attempting to go with this? What's your destination?
My thought... I feel like there's been a few times that I have gone to an extravagantly remote area that is hopefully outside of town.
Okay.
And just not near where the rest of the group is.
I'm going to say this as well.
Yes.
You could potentially get her, but you'll also definitely get the bodyguard.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I'm 100% expecting to do that as well. Okay.
All right. She is going to attempt to do a thing to not get caught in it. You have to attempt to even succeed on the roll.
Yeah. So it's 5 plus 3 because 4 because I'm taking 2 out.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. That's a 5 and a 2. So
total of 12.
9, 10, 11. Yeah. 12.
All right. That does not beat her 19. You do this, but you don't see it. As the cloth comes down, the security guard is teleported away, but you aren't.
Okay.
Oh no, you are as well. You are also teleported
it's
away.
Not her, just me and the guard?
Not her, just you and the guard are teleported away. Though you feel like your legs are frozen. And you look down and you see there is literal ice around your ankles.
That's awkward. This is real awkward.
And you're in like the dark of the desert, and the security gun's like, What the hell?
Well, this isn't the. Sorry. My bad. Sometimes tricks go wrong. Is there a possible way that I could just leave? Like, just me go? Just
That will be another difficult roll. That will be a DC 15.
Yeah. A DC what?
15.
15.
You can do it.
What do I want to do here?
So you can use most of the same powers. Or most of the same
Yeah.
tags.
We'll try. It's like, well, this is awkward. I might be back for you. Okay, that's a little better. 6. Ooh, 6, 8. Okay, so 8.
So 14 and you have any bonus. Okay, so
Yeah.
that beats the 15 by enough.
Okay,
The security guard goes to grab for you
Okay,
just
fine.
as there's the sound of a champagne cork and the scent of champagne in the air,
You're welcome.
and you teleport back to the party where
Can I grab?
Griffith
Can I
is already
grab it
gone.
as it goes?
Grab what?
The cloth, as it's like coming down. It comes down. We're not there, and then I pick it up like that was part of the magic trick. Like,
You're gone for more than 2 seconds.
okay,
Because you had to reorient yourself.
that's fair.
But it does seem like enough time for Griffith to have gotten away.
Okay,
But you come back, and you can come back lifting up the cloth
Yes.
to show nothing is there, and everybody claps. It was an awkward moment where, like, oh, the illusion worked. Where's now's supposed to be now's the reveal.
Yeah.
And where's there's the reveal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the
Hold up.
fight,
Timing.
Optic. What are you doing in the van still?
Well, at least we have one less person to fight.
I want to make sure that people are going to be calling, but nobody is coming yet because we have to. I want to make sure that
Response time in this area is not the best.
right.
You might have 10 minutes
Okay.
to the report of gunshots in this area.
Yeah. All right. So I want to also. I want to ask Harpy, like, do you need me out there?
No, I don't think so. There's only one of them left right now.
Okay. So I want to get started working on because I'm an investigator, you know, how dare you keep things from me, and I'm good at finding bribes and corruption.
Mm-hmm.
And with my Esper, you know, nothing is ever deleted, so good at finding deleted secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And with my strategist, you don't know I'm coming for you.
All right, but what are you trying to do?
I am trying to find the paper trail, even if I can't. So, look, getting them arrested, they're rich, they're really powerful, they got connections. That's not going to happen. However, in this day and age of Twitter and Insta and everything, if I can just dig up enough to make things bumpy for them,
Yeah.
the bumpier the better, then I would like to start bringing out the dirt as much as I can.
Against whose dirt?
I want to find out like what she's doing, because that's obviously probably why.
Griffith?
Yeah, because I want to. Yeah, in order to make sure that Alyssa is like they can't. It's not worthwhile going for her anymore, because why they were going for her anymore is just like exposed or something. Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to be able to connect that to Griffith.
Okay. Whatever I can do.
All right. So make a roll to publish the plot.
Okay.
What's that?
So I can do So I can go, nothing
It-
is ever deleted.
Yep.
Good at finding deleted secrets, bribe and corruption, right? So
Mhm.
what is that? 3. You don't know I'm coming for you?
Yep.
So is that +5?
Yep.
All right, so that is 14 plus 5 is 19.
Good. You needed a 15 or higher. This was
Yes.
difficult. So you find a paper trail linking Whitley and his lab
Okay.
to the device that is currently around the nuclear man. And the nuclear man is a young Geno who had nuclear powers that weren't exactly under control. And Valencia stepped in with some to do super science in order to help them contain their powers. Turns out this was the project that Magnus was working on. Magnus Morris was working on. And Magnus Morris was like, it's not ready. There will be leaking. It'll be dangerous to be in public with this. And you find a number of emails indicating staunch objection on Magnus's part, and then Whitley just straight up saying, no, too bad, do it anyway. And then you find more emails linking Garib Whitley to a local soil testing facility, as well as a number of other local surveyors, showing that it looks like he was setting this place up to be declared a Superfund site, so that he could buy it up super cheap, right next to the golf course, and then turn it into luxury condos for people who want to live next to a golf course.
That's what they'll do.
All right, you put all that out there, and it is a little more quickly than you expected shared around. It goes national. You didn't expect it to go national, but it gets retweeted by a couple of different accounts that have MVM in them.
That was earlier.
And the story gets picked up pretty widely, spread around to a number of activist sites. It gets its own thread on Fark. It gets put up on any number of news aggregator websites. Somehow, a rough story is quickly cobbled together and put up on CNN.com, but no one's sure who wrote it. But it's not really written as much as it is just what you put out there.
This is more exposure than I thought it would get.
The fight. I'm going to say the fight does go on with the guy has military training and gives Harpy a decent amount of trouble, but Harpy doesn't have it. Harpy takes a couple of hits and gets a little bruised up, but eventually takes out the other guy and then subdues him, and then leaves him for the police. Back in the golf course, Zelda, you continue talking to the nuclear man.
Hey. I know I can't really hear you, but you can nod yes or no. Is there something that is making your powers go out of control? Other than you? Are you
I don't
being
know,
held-
gesture.
Are you being held against your will for this? Yeah, I thought so. We're going to get you some help, okay? But you need to focus. You need to keep your head cool. You can do this. Okay? If you can focus, they can't win. Good job. My name's Roulette. And I'm going to stay here and I'm going to make sure you get through this and you get someplace safe. Good. 5. And you. I'm not good at this. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It's me. That's sign language. Shoot. I should have learned that at some point.
All right, he goes through the entire alphabet of sign language because that's all he knows either, and he gets down to what is it? M I is this I, and then T T.
This is M.
Mitt.
Oh yeah,
This
his
is
name is
M.
Mitt.
Okay.
MIT.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mitt.
And that's why he was
I
kind
get
of
it.
pointing to his giant blood.
And
So cute.
It's hard to do with the big, like, of
Yes.
Mitt fingers.
He just draws it in the sand pit.
Well, then she'd have to get close to see it.
That's fair.
okay, I'm gonna radio into Optic. I'm like, Optic, do we have someone else that can come by with a pickup for us? We need someone with a heavy duty truck.
I'm making work. I'm making way.
I will be on. I'm on that.
Thanks.
All right. So Optic,
Is
you put
Harpy
out
okay?
Yeah. She
Good.
kicks ass.
Well, I
Thanks,
knew
Nate.
that.
Yes.
Um,
Did you catch their name, by the way?
whose name?
Didn't I? Okay. The guy that she was pummeling
Oh.
into the other guy. By
Oh,
the way,
she-
what's
I
your name?
didn't ask their name. The only thing they asked is if they knew, or only thing the only thing they asked is if they knew anything about
Yeah.
Talon.
They don't say anything
Ask
to
their
anybody
name.
about anything.
That's fair.
If they do, they go, "I want a lawyer." You're not the police. F off.
I could be.
Yeah. They don't say anything in the way professional mercenaries know not to say anything.
Ooh, I
Though-
do want to take their pictures.
You do.
I'll make a good
Uh,
story in the morning.
Ayo.
However, you do not. When you say Talon to them, you don't get a lot of recognition from them.
Okay.
They don't seem to, know what you're talking about. So that scene's all calmed down. Optic looks around for someone with a heavy duty pickup in the community that's willing to come by and help. And it takes a little bit before a guy named Gus gets there
Gus. Yes.
and he has like a delivery van, like a box truck. It's a refrigerated box truck.
Oh, is it like a
Ooh,
one of those
perfect.
edible arrangement?
Yeah, it's basically an edible arrangement truck.
Yes.
And Gus comes by to help and is like, he can stay in the truck as long as he doesn't burn it down.
He won't. Right, Mitt? You're going to hold it, right? He's got this. He's got this.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. I think we'll get a little lucky tonight and everything's going to be just fine.
You say that as it zooms out and the camera heads back to the casino.
My legs are, I'm pretty sure, still frozen.
Your legs are cold now, but there's no longer actual ice on them. It wore off quicker than you'd expected. Like quicker
Okay.
than ice melts. It kind of sublimated. It didn't leave any moisture behind.
So I completely divert the attention to the fact that guy's not coming back, and it's not the trick is done now. Like he's not coming back. And I want to go up onto the stage and, you all have been an amazing audience and I'm sure I'll be back soon. But for now, back to your regularly scheduled program. And I just go like this with my hand and it's the other guy. I switch places with the other,
With the actual magician,
with the magician who's supposed to be there. I just whoop, and he's like,
who seems confused, but then immediately
yeah.
goes with it.
And I just go out the back door. I go out
And
like
on your way
side
out the
doors,
back
like this,
door,
to him, like
you stop by the trash can that you saw the cell phone get thrown into and grab it.
yes, yeah. And I take out the cell phone, and I assume she left through the front door,
No.
or no, like the front entrance area, and then may have
No.
like turned off.
No, she's no longer. She threw her cell phone there and kind of disappeared. You're not going to be able to catch Griffith.
Okay.
So you look around, you spend a little time seeing if you can, and she is completely vanished.
Okay. Do I have a ear? I assume that I have an earport so that I can talk to everybody.
Sure.
Are you guys in the area? Optic, are you there? My show is
Here.
over, and I haven't gotten a ping as to where you are. Cannot help you.
I send the coordinates.
Thank you so much for being on time. So,
Are they the wrong coordinates?
Yeah.
oh
It's one of the sand traps.
my god!
Oh, it could have been worse.
It could have been the water trap.
Yeah, they could have said water hazard.
So we go in there. Oh, it's in my boot now. Damn it! Just go freaking optic. Just get out of the sand trap and I like wiggle it out of my my leg, my pant leg. And I'm going to take out my card deck.
Mm-hmm.
And take 3 and put a card in each finger.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of arms crossed like this, walk towards the commotion that I assume is loud at this point.
It's a bit loud. It's kind of wrapped up a bit.
Okay.
So you're not
Can I,
going to get
like-
to. Yeah, there's no one fighting anymore. Harpy took care of that.
Okay.
But
Can I see the van? Basically, I'm just
the
trying to
van is there.
Okay.
And remember, you did pick up that cell phone before you left the casino.
Which is why I want to get to the van.
Yeah. You get there.
So I'm like right behind you and I'm like, sand trap, nice one.
Oh, I guess I got my number wrong.
Yeah, didn't think I'd be here that fast, did you? And I just kind of toss the phone. Like literally just it goes from like over top of you, just drops. Like my hand wasn't even there. It's just
It
drops.
does bonk you on the head.
It's like, yeah. You're welcome, by the way. Unfortunately, there's a poor soul in the middle of the desert somewhere, and it doesn't happen to be our lady friend. I don't know where she went. She's apparently magic too, maybe. Because the time it took me she should not have gotten as far as she did, and I don't know where she is. So lost her. We should either leave or set a trap, maybe. Either way.
No, we gotta get out of
We
here.
should leave and regroup.
Yeah.
Either way, she left this in a trash can. So either she wanted us to find it or didn't want us to find it. So please use carefulness when touching this.
I get to have fun.
Yeah, careful fun. Careful fun. We don't want this magic trick to go awry like your last one.
All right, give me a roll on the phone real quick.
Ooh, let's
I
see
don't know
here.
why you don't like me. I give you so many fun things.
Yeah.
So many toys. Why do you not love me yet? Oh.
She says this out loud,
Yes.
Yeah.
right behind you.
I'm just sitting here just like flicking my cards, but she's not freaking love me yet. So annoying.
Let's see. Nothing is ever deleted. Good at finding deleted secrets. One of my tools is a smartphone, so I understand smartphones.
Yep.
I think that's about it.
Okay,
What is that, +4?
let's go with that.
Okay.
The high DC on this one.
12 + 4 is 16.
16. All right, you get enough out of this to get that this phone has never been turned on before today. It was turned on roughly an hour ago. It received one text message. It did not know the number. The number that it is attached to did not exist before today. This is a burner in every way. But as you are looking through it, it gets another text. And it says, "Claws out, cuz." MVM.
Your cousin's the best. Best.
And then the shh emoji. And then the trash can and fire emoji.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't sound like a good. Okay, so what happened this time? What plan didn't go right this time? Huh? Not sore about that
Cousin?
at all.
My cousin? Really? Huh. Yeah. So Optic knows what to do and does it.
Before you do, the following text comes in TALON, and as soon as the N clears, the phone deletes itself.
Oh.
And then
talent.
and then you throw it in and then you find a trash can on fire and you throw it
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
So I assume you got what you needed? Are you gonna share with the class? I mean, you
will.
made a lot of who's and ahs, but only I get those. So
When the class is together, I will share it. Did you
Well-
have fun tonight?
I would have if it wasn't interrupted like 6 times and I had ulterior motives to do. I would have loved to actually have just a normal magic act for once. Would be great, actually. Which, by the way, you still owe me a copy of my last one. You told me that you had it in like 6 different angles, and you owe me, by the way. I've given you like 6 other people's cell phones and numbers and shit. Like, come on. Tonight alone, I should have gotten that extra copy of those videos.
Optic presses a couple of buttons and you get your final edit.
Thank you. Now see, was that hard? Was that hard? And it just goes away into the green room. Was that hard?
And with that, the scene changes to the next day. Lissa is in the bunker now, hanging out, wearing what appears to be different clothes, and is making something on the stove. And the news report shows an arrest of Garib Whitley, who is wanted in connection with the death of Magnus Morris. And how a plan to poison the neighborhood was thwarted by some unknown heroes.
Yeah, the do-gooders.
And all of you were there watching it safe.
Yeah, the news says so that there's like at least one place that got paid really well for some really exclusive pictures from me.
From some near impossible angles.
Yep.
All right. And with that, the scene ends, and I think we wrap it up there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I assume my manager has already gotten me booked again at the casino, so it's cool beans. I'll be able to do a real show. This time.
Yeah, you might actually get booked there now.
There you go.
All right. So,
Free opportunity.
thank you for joining us, everybody, for this one-shot special. And I really appreciate everyone's support for the Trans Rights Texas bundle. Exceptionals is a fun game written by Sahoni, who did a great job, and I really enjoyed running this. So check it out. Pick up the bundle if you haven't. Pick up Exceptionals if you haven't. And thank you for being with us. So let's go around and give our quick outros and let people know where they can find whatever we're up to. And let's see. Normally, I know where we all are on the overlay. So let's start with Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle. You can find me on Twitter at Shell_game. I am currently with a podcast called Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. We have been covering the X-Men, the animated series from, 1992. We are taking a break from that to cover Moon Knight, because Moon Knight just started this week, and it's a head trip so far. One episode in, and my brain is just like, I don't know. That we stream that on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, but the podcast itself is usually out by the weekend for your enjoyment.
All right, thank you so much. And Maxine.
Hi, my name is Maxine Bachman, and also known as That Girl at That Place, everywhere except for Instagram, where I am both Lady Skyburn, and you can find my art on That Girl's art page. I'm going to be here on this channel for basically the rest of the week, just chilling and doing the thing and dressing up as all the different things and peoples and places and stuff.
All right.
This is a place. That's a new one. I gotta try that. Anyway, so
you are at that place.
I am. So I guess that means dressing up as myself would be dressing up as that place. Interesting.
Anyway.
You can't make me think like this. So you can find me anywhere and everywhere, basically, in those places. If you want me to join you for a one shot or anything like that, let me know. I'd love to join in on any of the games you guys have. And also check out my art. I am doing commissions. My commissions are open, so message me on any of those social medias, preformed named those. And yeah, I will see you guys here tomorrow for unsomething drama, unincorporated. I'll be here for some drama if you want to join.
Nice. All right. Thank you very much. And Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm far less exciting than Maxine, but you can find me on Twitter at Reverie_cutie, and unfortunately nowhere else at the moment.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. And Nerdy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy, and in the Nerd with Dice Discord. And every other Monday night, you can find me over on the Bardic Knox channel playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We're currently in the 5Ds era as we play through each pack. And then for the rest of this week, tomorrow, I will be the host in the GM-less game Unincorporated, which is a game of small-town petty drama that'll be at 1 p.m. EST. And Friday night at 8 p.m. EST is our usual Millennium Nights Chronomass game, but we will be using a different system this time, one that you can get from the bundle called Ultra Fighting Teen Heroes Go. It's a very long name, but it is a short game. It's just a one-page little Sentai-style game. And that is everything right now. You can check out some stuff that I wrote through the link in the chat. The link's also in my bio on Twitter. And tonight we are going to raid.
Well, first, let me just mention
one
thing. So, my name's Bisonic Kevin. I've been your game boss for the night. You can find my wife's amazing knitwear work, including the swatch for the Oregon Trail socks that she put up for week 1 of the Geek Along. It's a lot. I've seen things. It's all very good stuff. So if you're following the Geek Along, you will enjoy it. And get their things at lattesandllamas.com. All right. And that's all from me. I think we've got Michelle, we got Kate, we got Maxine. I think we've got everybody. So.
All right. And tonight we'll be rating All Nerds here. We will see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.